Ever had that eerie feeling like someone's watching you even when no one's around? It's not just paranoia, it's a spiritual reality. Chosen ones, those with a higher calling, naturally attract attention. But here's the twist, it's not just people watching. There are unseen forces observing, evaluating, and sometimes even testing them, some with good intentions, others not so much. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt every eye on you? Not because of what you did, but because of who you are? That magnetic pull, that undeniable presence, it's not an accident. Your energy shifts environments. Your purpose carries weight. And whether you realize it or not, the spiritual world takes notice. This isn't superstition. Throughout history, those destined for greatness, leaders, visionaries, spiritual teachers, faced this unseen gaze. The Buddha, on his path to enlightenment, was watched not only by divine beings, but also by forces seeking to derail him. If you feel constantly observed, it's because you're walking a path that demands attention. But here's what most won't tell you. This awareness is both a gift and a challenge. On one hand, it means you're aligned with something greater than yourself. On the other, it means you'll face resistance. The battle between light and darkness isn't just metaphorical, it's real. And knowing how to navigate it is crucial to fulfilling your mission. So, why is this happening to you? What does it mean? And more importantly, how can you turn this awareness into a source of power rather than fear? In this journey, we'll uncover the hidden truths behind this phenomenon. You'll understand why your presence is so impactful, how to protect your energy, and how to fully step into your divine purpose. Because once you realize what's really happening, everything changes. You'll no longer question why you feel watched. You'll understand what it means and how to use it to your advantage. Ready to dive deeper? Let's begin. There's a reason why some people feel an unsettling gaze on them, even when alone. This isn't paranoia, it's a deep spiritual truth that few acknowledge. Those attuned to higher frequencies often attract unseen attention. Whether walking into a room or simply existing in silence, chosen ones are never truly alone. This feeling isn't just intuition. It's an awareness of the energy that constantly surrounds them. Chosen individuals vibrate at a different frequency, making them impossible to ignore. Their energy radiates, drawing in both admiration and scrutiny. It's like carrying a lantern in a dark tunnel. Eyes naturally gravitate toward the light. But not all gazes are friendly. Some observe with curiosity, others with envy, and a few with something far more sinister. Awareness of this reality is the first step to understanding its deeper meaning. Ever walked into a place and felt eyes linger a little too long? That's no coincidence. The spiritually awakened don't just walk unnoticed, they shift the atmosphere. Their very presence stirs something within others, forcing them to feel, think, or even react. Some will be inspired, while others will feel exposed, as if an invisible mirror is reflecting their hidden truths. This phenomenon is more common than most realize. Ancient teachings across various traditions highlight this awareness. Buddhism, for instance, teaches that consciousness is ever present, and nothing truly goes unseen. The Buddha himself spoke of the interconnectedness of all beings, implying that spiritual observation is a natural part of existence. In modern times, this translates into a heightened sense of perception, knowing that someone, somewhere, is paying attention. This experience isn't always external. Some feel as if an unseen force is monitoring their every move. This could be a sign of divine presence or a test of faith. Those on a path of prosperity and abundance often experience this sensation more intensely. Their energy, their actions, even their thoughts hold weight in the spiritual realm. The more aligned they are with their purpose, the more visible they become to forces beyond the physical world. This awareness isn't meant to incite fear, but to encourage mindfulness. Recognizing that one's journey is being observed fosters intentionality. Imagine if every step, every decision carried a ripple effect beyond what's visible. This isn't about paranoia, but about stepping into a higher state of consciousness. It's about understanding that presence alone can shift realities, influencing not just oneself, but the world at large. The real question isn't whether someone is watching, it's who. Not all eyes that watch are there to protect, and not all are there to harm. Some observe to guide, while others watch to disrupt. This is where discernment becomes crucial, as not all attention is beneficial. And that brings us to the next essential truth. Those who carry spiritual weight naturally attract both light and darkness. Being a chosen one isn't about ego, it's about energy. Their presence doesn't just blend into the background, it stands out whether they intend it to or not. Like a flame in the dark, they illuminate spaces, stirring emotions in those around them. Divine forces recognize them, offering guidance and protection. But just as light draws admiration, it also casts shadows, attracting those who seek to dim it. The spiritual realm isn't indifferent to those walking a path of purpose. When someone vibrates at a higher frequency, they create ripples that extend beyond the physical world. Prosperity, spirituality, and inner wealth make them noticeable, not just to divine beings, but also to forces with opposing intentions. This isn't superstition, it's an undeniable pattern that countless awakened souls have experienced throughout history. Think about highly influential figures, visionaries, spiritual leaders, even historical revolutionaries. Their presence alone shifted the course of events. The Buddha himself was noticed from the moment he sought enlightenment. His wisdom attracted seekers, but it also unsettled those clinging to power. This is a universal truth. Those who walk a different path will always be seen, for better or for worse. Even on a smaller scale, chosen ones experience this daily. Ever met someone who either instantly admires or resents you without reason? That's the energy at play. Some will be drawn in, sensing something powerful they can't quite explain. Others will feel exposed, as if your very presence forces them to confront parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. Attention, whether positive or negative, is inevitable. This can be both a blessing and a burden. It means opportunities may appear effortlessly, doors open, people gravitate toward them, and prosperity flows. But it also means facing resistance, jealousy, and even spiritual opposition. The key isn't to shrink or hide, but to embrace it. The more they step into their purpose, the more they align with the forces that truly matter. It's not just people who take notice. Divine protectors, guides, and unseen forces walk alongside chosen ones, whispering wisdom and offering strength. They ensure that no challenge arrives without purpose. No setback comes without a lesson. This isn't random, it's a divine strategy to refine them for what lies ahead. Their light isn't meant to flicker. It's meant to shine boldly. But light doesn't exist without darkness. And for every divine presence that guides, there are forces that challenge. Some watch with curiosity, others with admiration, and some with ill intent. This is why spiritual awareness is essential, because the battle between light and darkness isn't just theoretical. It's real, it's constant, and it's the next truth chosen ones must understand. Being watched isn't just about attracting attention, it's a test. The universe doesn't place weight on unsteady shoulders. Those who walk a path of abundance and spiritual awakening will be tested, refined, and prepared for greater things. Every challenge, every moment of doubt is shaping them into something stronger. Think of it like fire purifying gold, what remains is unbreakable. Ever noticed how, just when everything seems aligned, an obstacle appears? That's not a coincidence. Testing isn't meant to break a chosen one, it's meant to reveal their power. Imagine a skilled athlete training for a championship. They don't grow through easy workouts. They improve by pushing beyond limits. Spiritual growth works the same way. Strength isn't given, it's earned through experience. In Buddhism, even the Buddha himself faced trials before reaching enlightenment. He was tempted, doubted, and challenged at every turn. But instead of running from adversity, he embraced it as part of the journey. The same applies to those walking a path of wealth and spirituality today. Resistance isn't a sign of failure, it's proof that they're on the right track. These tests often come in unexpected ways. A sudden betrayal, an unexplained delay, a feeling of being lost. These aren't accidents. They're spiritual training grounds. The key is to recognize them for what they are: preparation. Those who seek prosperity must first prove they can handle responsibility. Those who seek wisdom must first navigate uncertainty. Nothing of value is handed over without effort. One of the most common tests is endurance. Can they hold on to their vision when nothing seems to be working? Can they trust the process when doubt creeps in? Many give up right before the breakthrough. The universe doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards persistence. True spiritual wealth isn't just about knowing, it's about applying that knowledge when it matters most. Chosen ones will notice that every test comes with guidance, a book recommendation that arrives at the right time, a message from an unexpected source, a sudden realization. These are no accidents. Divine forces don't just watch, they assist, but they also allow challenges to unfold, knowing that growth doesn't happen in comfort. Strength is built in the struggle, not outside of it. And just when they think they've mastered one test, another appears. But that's the beauty of the journey. It's a continuous evolution, a refining process that never truly ends. Because the battle isn't just about growth, it's about navigating the constant push and pull between light and darkness. And that's exactly where the next lesson begins. Chosen ones don't just walk a spiritual path, they exist in a battlefield. The forces of light and darkness are always at odds, and those who radiate abundance, prosperity, and wisdom naturally become focal points. Their energy isn't neutral. It influences, disrupts, and transforms. But transformation isn't always welcome. Some forces seek to nurture it, while others attempt to suppress it. This battle isn't about swords and shields, it's about energy, influence, and alignment. Every thought, decision, and action either strengthens the light or fuels the darkness. Ever noticed how moments of clarity are often followed by unexpected chaos? That's not random. It's resistance, an unseen force pushing back when someone steps closer to their purpose. Darkness doesn't attack what isn't a threat. History is full of stories where light disrupts darkness. The Buddha, for example, faced Mara, the tempter, before reaching enlightenment. Spiritual warriors throughout time have encountered trials meant to weaken their resolve. Today, it manifests as distractions, doubts, and even people who unknowingly serve as obstacles. The goal isn't to fear the battle, but to recognize it for what it is. This is why awareness is key. Chosen ones will notice patterns show negativity spikes before breakthroughs, how old habits resurface right when progress is being made. These aren't mere coincidences, they're tactical moves from the unseen realm. The strongest warriors aren't those who never face attacks, but those who learn to navigate them without losing their light. So, what's the strategy? First, protection is essential. This isn't just about physical safety, it's about guarding thoughts, emotions, and energy. Surrounding oneself with positive influences, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in spiritual discipline are crucial. A daily habit of meditation or prayer isn't just for peace. It's armor in a world that constantly seeks to destabilize the chosen. Second, never engage in low-frequency battles. Not every argument, attack, or criticism requires a response. The moment a chosen one reacts to negativity, they shift their energy to match it. The most powerful defense isn't retaliation, it's elevation. Just as light doesn't argue with darkness, but simply shines, the chosen must learn to rise above lower vibrations. And finally, understanding that this battle isn't about destruction, it's about transformation. Darkness exists, but it can't extinguish those who are unwavering in their purpose. This awareness isn't meant to create fear, but to foster strength. Because when a chosen one fully embraces their light, they stop being a target and start becoming a force. And that's exactly why their energy holds so much influence. A chosen one's energy is their most powerful asset. It's not just what they say, or doits what they radiate. Some people walk into a room and instantly change the atmosphere. Their presence alone commands attention, making others feel either inspired or unsettled. This isn't arrogance, it's spiritual reality. The higher one vibrates, the more influence they naturally hold. Energy speaks louder than words. Ever noticed how certain people attract opportunities effortlessly, while others seem stuck no matter how hard they try? That's the power of energetic influence. Those aligned with abundance and prosperity don't chase, they magnetize. This is why chosen ones often experience synchronicities, unexpected blessings, and meaningful encounters. Their frequency calls them in. But not everyone responds positively. Some will be drawn in, seeking guidance and connection. Others will feel uncomfortable, as if standing too close to a bright light. This isn't personal, it's energetic. When someone carries a high vibration, it forces those around them to confront their own energy. Some will rise to meet it, while others will resist, often projecting negativity. Think of it like a tuning fork. When struck, it causes everything around it to vibrate at the same frequency. Chosen ones have this effect. Their energy is contagious, influencing those around them whether they intend to or not. This is why they must be intentional about their environment. The wrong company can dull their vibration, while the right surroundings can amplify it. Understanding this influence is key. A chosen one doesn't need to convince, persuade, or force change. Their presence alone shifts reality. That's why ancient spiritual teachings emphasize inner alignment over external validation. The Buddha didn't seek followership's presence, and wisdom naturally attracted those ready to awaken. Influence isn't about control, it's about embodiment. But with great energy comes great responsibility. The more a chosen one grows, the more they must guard their frequency. Not every situation deserves their attention. Not every battle is worth fighting. Protecting their peace, maintaining high vibrations, and aligning with their purpose isn't selfish, it's necessary. Energy, once depleted, takes time to restore. Conservation is a skill. And this is where things get interesting, because not everyone will appreciate this energy. Some will celebrate it, others will resist it, and a few will outright reject it. This is the inevitable reality of walking a spiritual path. And that brings us to the next truth. Not everyone will like you. The more a chosen one steps into their power, the more polarizing they become. It's not about doing anything wrong, it's about what they represent. Their energy, their confidence, their spiritual alignment, all of it, acts like a mirror. Some people will see inspiration in that reflection. Others will see everything they've been avoiding within themselves. And that can be unsettling. Ever had someone dislike you for no apparent reason? No argument, no past conflict, just an unspoken tension? That's energy at play. Some will sense your prosperity and abundance and feel inspired. Others will see it as a threat, triggering insecurities they'd rather not face. The truth is, their reaction has little to do with you and everything to do with their internal struggles. Think about the Buddha. His teachings were about peace, wisdom, and enlightenment. Yet, not everyone welcomed him. Why? Because truth is disruptive. It forces people to question their beliefs, habits, and comfort zones. When a chosen one radiates clarity, those still living in illusion may reject it. This isn't a personal failure, it's just part of the journey. The mistake many make is trying to be liked by everyone. But influence isn't about universal approval, it's about authenticity. A tree doesn't shrink because some dislike its shade. It stands tall, offering its presence to those who appreciate it. Chosen ones must embrace the same mindset. Their purpose isn't to be liked, it's to be impactful. It's also why detachment is crucial. Not everyone who starts the journey with you will stay. Some friendships will fade. Some relationships will shift. This isn't rejection, it's redirection. Those who truly align with your energy will remain. Those who can't handle your growth will naturally fall away, and that's exactly how it should be. So, what's the solution? Stop seeking external validation. Approval is fleeting, but self-mastery is permanent. The world's greatest visionaries weren't universally adored. They were respected, remembered, and, most importantly, they stayed true to their purpose. Prosperity, wealth, and spiritual evolution don't come from pleasing others, they come from alignment with one's higher self. And while some will resist your energy, others will recognize it for what it truly is, a guiding light. But even light needs direction. That's where spiritual guardians come in. Chosen ones are never truly alone. Even in moments of doubt, when the path seems uncertain, unseen forces are at work. Spiritual guardians, whether angels, ancestral guides, or divine energies, offer guidance in subtle yet powerful ways. Their presence isn't always loud, but their influence is undeniable. The key is learning how to recognize and interpret their messages. Ever experienced a perfectly timed coincidence? A song lyric answering a silent question, a book recommendation that shifts your perspective, or a sudden gut feeling steering you away from danger? These aren't random events. Spiritual guardians communicate through synchronicities, nudging chosen ones in the right direction. The challenge isn't their presence, it's one's ability to listen. Buddhism teaches that wisdom often arrives in stillness. The Buddha didn't receive enlightenment through noise, but through deep meditation under the Bodhi tree. Likewise, chosen ones must cultivate quiet moments to receive divine guidance. Practices like journaling, meditation, and even mindful solitude amplify spiritual intuition. The answers are always there, one just has to tune in. Signs also come through dreams. Many spiritual traditions believe that sleep is when the soul is most receptive. Ever had a vivid dream that felt too real to ignore? Or woken up with sudden clarity about a situation? These are messages. Keeping a dream journal can reveal patterns, allowing one to decode divine communication more effectively. Numbers hold power too. Ever noticed repeating sequences 111, 444, or 777 at significant moments? These angel numbers aren't coincidences. They're spiritual markers. Each number carries meaning, serving as guidance from the unseen realm. Learning their significance can help chosen ones navigate their path with greater awareness and confidence. But perhaps the greatest sign is the feeling of inner knowing. When a choice feels right, when an opportunity seems destined, that's divine confirmation. Doubt fades, hesitation disappears, and everything clicks into place. Spiritual guardians don't force, they illuminate. They won't make choices for you, but they will ensure you have all the guidance needed to choose wisely. However, just as divine forces watch over the chosen, darker energies are also observing. Not all eyes are benevolent, and not all attention is positive. That's why spiritual protection is more than just a practice, it's a necessity. The spiritual realm isn't just filled with light. Where there is prosperity, there is envy. Where there is wealth, there is opposition. Chosen ones naturally attract attention not just from divine forces, but also from entities that seek to disrupt their path. These dark watchers observe silently, waiting for moments of weakness to create confusion, fear, or self-doubt. Have you ever felt a sudden wave of negativity out of nowhere? Anxiety, exhaustion, or unexplained irritability? Sometimes, it's not just stress, it's an external influence. Energy is contagious, and spiritual attacks often manifest as emotional instability. Recognizing this is the first step in neutralizing its effect. Awareness weakens manipulation. The Buddha himself faced distractions from Mara, the embodiment of illusion and temptation, during his path to enlightenment. Similarly, modern chosen ones experience tests designed to break their focus. Whether through toxic people, unexpected setbacks, or self-doubt creeping in at the worst moments, these are not coincidences. They are challenges meant to see if one will stay the course. So how does one protect themselves? It starts with strengthening the mind. Fear and negativity only take hold when there's an opening. Meditation, affirmations, and intentional spiritual practices reinforce an impenetrable mindset. Just like one locks their home to prevent intruders, chosen ones must guard their energy to block unwanted influences. Physical surroundings also play a role. Ever noticed how certain places feel heavy or draining? Energy lingers. Keeping one's space clean both physically and energetically makes a difference. Burning incense, playing high-frequency sounds, or simply decluttering can shift the atmosphere. A well-maintained environment strengthens spiritual resilience. But the most powerful protection is alignment. Darkness thrives on fear, doubt, and hesitation. Chosen ones who walk in certainty, embracing their divine purpose, become immune to lower frequencies. Confidence isn't just a mindset, it's a shield. The more one stands firm in their mission, the less power external forces have over them. And this is exactly why spiritual vigilance is necessary. Because those who embrace their destiny will always face opposition. But that's also the confirmation that they're on the right path. And when one understands this, they realize something even more powerful. There is a divine purpose behind everything. The spiritual realm isn't just filled with light. Where there is prosperity, there is envy. Where there is wealth, there is opposition. Chosen ones naturally attract attention not just from divine forces, but also from entities that seek to disrupt their path. These dark watchers observe silently, waiting for moments of weakness to create confusion, fear, or self-doubt. Have you ever felt a sudden wave of negativity out of nowhere? Anxiety, exhaustion, or unexplained irritability? Sometimes, it's not just stress, it's an external influence. Energy is contagious, and spiritual attacks often manifest as emotional instability. Recognizing this is the first step in neutralizing its effect. Awareness weakens manipulation. The Buddha himself faced distractions from Mara, the embodiment of illusion and temptation, during his path to enlightenment. Similarly, modern chosen ones experience tests designed to break their focus. Whether through toxic people, unexpected setbacks, or self-doubt creeping in at the worst moments, these are not coincidences. They are challenges meant to see if one will stay the course. So how does one protect themselves? It starts with strengthening the mind. Fear and negativity only take hold when there's an opening. Meditation, affirmations, and intentional spiritual practices reinforce an impenetrable mindset. Just like one locks their home to prevent intruders, chosen ones must guard their energy to block unwanted influences. Physical surroundings also play a role. Ever noticed how certain places feel heavy or draining? Energy lingers. Keeping one's space clean both physically and energetically makes a difference. Burning incense, playing high-frequency sounds, or simply decluttering can shift the atmosphere. A well-maintained environment strengthens spiritual resilience. But the most powerful protection is alignment. Darkness thrives on fear, doubt, and hesitation. Chosen ones who walk in certainty, embracing their divine purpose, become immune to lower frequencies. Confidence isn't just a mindset, it's a shield. The more one stands firm in their mission, the less power external forces have over them. And this is exactly why spiritual vigilance is necessary. Because those who embrace their destiny will always face opposition. But that's also the confirmation that they're on the right path. And when one understands this, they realize something even more powerful. There is a divine purpose behind everything. Every chosen one has a higher calling. They weren't placed on this earth to blend in, they were meant to stand out, to lead, to awaken others. Their journey isn't random, it's divinely orchestrated. The challenges they face, the opposition they encounter, even the feeling of being watched, it all serves a purpose. Nothing in their path is without meaning. Think of every great spiritual teacher. The Buddha didn't just meditate under the Bodhi tree for enlightenment, that did it to guide others toward awakening. True purpose isn't just about personal growth, it's about impact. Chosen ones are here to heal, to inspire, to shift consciousness. The world changes not through force, but through influence. But embracing one's mission isn't always easy. The path is filled with test moments of doubt, periods of isolation, and times when the weight of responsibility feels overwhelming. This isn't punishment, it's preparation. Diamonds are created under pressure. Wealth isn't just about material gain, it's about spiritual richness. And true prosperity is built on resilience. How does one discover their purpose? Pay attention to what ignites passion, what problems they feel called to solve. Purpose isn't always revealed in a grand moment, it unfolds in everyday life. The conversations that spark something deep, the causes that stir emotion, the skills that come naturally, these are clues. Following them leads to alignment. Chosen ones must also understand that their mission isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. They will face criticism. Some will misunderstand their path, but the goal isn't approval, it's fulfillment. When one walks in purpose, abundance follows. Prosperity isn't something they chase, it's something they attract by simply being in the right place, doing the right work. And the most beautiful part? Purpose evolves. What starts as a personal journey turns into something much greater. The wealth of wisdom gained isn't meant to be kept, it's meant to be shared. Chosen ones don't just find their purpose, they become the living embodiment of it. And in doing so, they inspire others to do the same. Now, with all this knowledge, there's one final piece to the puzzle. Why do chosen ones feel watched? What's the hidden truth behind this experience? Let's bring it all together. As you journey through the path of the chosen one, remember this. Feeling watched is not a sign of weakness or paranoia. It's a confirmation that you're aligned with something far greater than yourself. You are a beacon of light in a world that's often filled with darkness, and your presence, your energy, your purpose, these are the things that cause the spiritual realm to take notice. But it's not about avoiding attention. It's about knowing how to navigate it. Embrace your mission with confidence. Stay grounded in your purpose and protect your energy. Those who are meant to walk alongside you will find you. Those who aren't will naturally fall away. Ask yourself this: how can you use your awareness of being watched to grow stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your purpose? How can you become the beacon of light that others are waiting for? The world needs you to step fully into your divine mission, and the more you embrace your calling, the more abundant and prosperous your life will become. If you found this insight valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can continue to learn how to unlock your full potential. The journey is just beginning, and there's so much more to explore.